Hello friends, I am bringing today a very interesting issue. Opinion article. A future economy. The transformation has already begun. The excitement of the big change is coming. This trip is like a big roller coaster. It can be done overnight. The economic transformation will be gradual. The universe is infinitely abundant for everyone. The Internet of the future will reflect universal truths. We are moving towards a time of service to others. The more you give, the more you receive. And the more you receive, the more you give. There may be growing pains, but this will be very brief. There is a short-term pain for a long-term gain. Sharing of technology suppressed after liberating abundance. Let's start. A Future Economy is the title of an intelligent message from Kate Utley, supposedly received from the Galactic Federation, of which I offer a summary. The key focus of this message is to dismantle the economic infrastructure that has served to imprison humanity and makes us slaves to money. Even those who have great wealth feel imprisoned by it. They say that the rich are very boring, but we all feel like being a little bored from time to time. A great change is underway that will lead to a moment of instability and even insecurity that has been shown to us intermittently over the last decade. The economic transformation will be gradual because all significant changes must occur over a very long period of time. This is not something that can be done overnight or in 1 or 2 years' time. Accelerated changes. These changes have already begun, but they are accelerating and have been accelerated by the impact of the health crisis. This is a perfect window of opportunity as many of us are taking a step back from our busy lives and reassessing our excessive dependence on society, which has been unnecessary and has deprived many citizens of their rights. There is a lot of work going on underground because of a big sweep, and the impacts of this are beginning to manifest themselves in our reality. We are beginning to see some institutions crumble. Big banks are tightening their belts. Shops and retailers must reinvent their approach. They now need to customize their goods and services for the benefit of humanity. And many education systems and policy frameworks are being dismantled, but they are also beginning to be rebuilt. Reconstruction will take time. It will take years and years because it will be slow. And there will be some institutions, some aspects of economic life which will see rapid change, while for others it will be slow and with space. Therefore, all citizens are advised to prepare simultaneously for this roller coaster ride, but as with all rights, there will be excitement. There is excitement. There is a new adventure on every corner. Don't get caught up in the perceived fear of insecurity, for everyone will be breathed sigh of relief when these great changes are finally introduced and when they finally begin to take hold in their daily lives. The journey will be over, but the laughter and excitement will follow. Emotion, life, and laughter are the keys to happiness. Emotion. The excitement of the big change is coming. These changes will benefit all people, as they now live in a pyramidal structure where everyone works. There is compassion and work for all, so that only a few can benefit at the top, most of whom have not redistributed or shared this wealth. They have accumulated it for themselves. This is not the way of the future. This structure and approach is not aligned with the future path and destiny of humankind. We are moving towards a time of service to others, where it is fully and completely recognized that we are not disconnected from each other, and what benefits one benefits all, and what benefits all benefits one. This applies equally to economy, wealth, and abundance. The more you give, the more you receive, and the more you receive, the more you have to give. This is the energy dynamic that will take hold in your future. Abundance. The universe is infinitely abundant, but we have been programmed and trained to believe that there is a lack, that there is not enough for everyone. This is deeply false, because the universe is abundant, infinitely abundant. But this very important universal law and the underlying principle has been hidden from humanity, as have many other truths. The truth of abundance is slowly manifesting itself in the world, and when it does, all will understand and benefit fully, as will many other truths have been revealed and will be revealed in the future. The economic structure, which has been destructive and pervasive in the world, is still deeply misunderstood by many human beings. The World Economic Reform and Security Act is the elimination of the old and the introduction of the new. You must trust that there are very detailed, sound, long-term plans in place. The plan has begun. The changes are underway. What humanity must do is accept this change. Do not fear them, for in the end they will serve everyone. And there may be some growing pains, but this will be very brief. And we say this so that you can prepare yourself by storing some extra food and water if the food supply chains fail. There may be short-term trade closures, and there will be times when you feel a little bit insecure about going out into the world because the change will be visible. But we will invite you, and more importantly, remind you to consider this change as the change that has been written about for millennia. This is the change we have all asked for. These changes have been requested for all humanity because the present system doesn't work. Employment changes. The future will bring positive employment changes. A new system will be put in place, but everyone will have more choice and more flexibility to do what their heart desires. You will be able to do a job that satisfies and nurtures you. It will no longer feel like an obligation or forced labor. And with this passion comes a new compassionate way of working and doing things, and of serving others and yourself, because it must be done in balance. Abundance will flow freely and easily for all sectors of humanity, regardless of where you live. Everything will look quite different. The way children are taught, the way they go about their daily lives, and there will be more time to spend with the family. There will be less focus on money and more focus on doing what fills the heart every day. There will be more free time. The burden will be drastically lightened. But until then, we say enjoy the journey and be confident in the outcome. Don't be afraid, because you are supported. We are not alone. There are many brilliant minds and brilliant hearts who are driving this change in every nation, every sector, as well as your friends outside the world who are overseeing this and are very much involved in supporting and guiding those on the ground. Smaller communities will gradually develop their own way of exchanging goods and services. For those who move to smaller communities, there will be no money at all, but barter. It will be an exchange of services, much like what farming communities used to do centuries ago. Therefore, we advise you not to put all your eggs in one basket, but to diversify your goods and keep an open mind. The Internet of the future. The Internet of the future will reflect universal truths and open your eyes and minds to information that has not been available to us until now. There will be many programs focused on health and well-being. We will have access to information that will slowly but surely teach you about universal laws, how to treat each other. There will be much information about areas where there is a need for service, where there are opportunities and roles in areas that have been so far been very obscure or limited. This would be very much like a workplace, but these jobs will be satisfying, and for the most part they will be in service to others and based on the heart. The Internet in the future will evolve to serve humanity, to open eyes and expose true reality, unlike the Internet now, which is full of nanotechnology and bots that control what you see, that censor truth, and that stop you, locked into a 3D matrix with program and propaganda. We simply need to stay open and stay calm, as it's a collective energy that will create resistance and slow down the growth and transformation must occur. Or it's the collective energy that will open the door to this wonderful transformation. It is up to us to see how smooth or tumultuous this change will be. Remember that it is a short-term pain and for a long-term gain. We understand that everyone knows and understands the saying. Don't be distracted by negative media, and remember that the future is much brighter. You must go through these changes. You must go through a short time of perceived instability, temporary insecurity, in order to enter this brave new world that you are about to enter. Stay open, trust in the future, and stay calm. Prosperity funds. The arrest of many troublemakers, bad people, and the release of prosperity funds will revive the world's economies, and hopefully this will not take too long. There will be a revelation confirmed by many of the world's governments. The plan is to share the suppressed technology soon after abundance is released. This includes healing devices that activate our DNA to its natural state of non-youthfulness, health without disease, and healing of injuries and instant learning of any subject, skill or ability. There are many amazing technologies. Some can reforest some large areas in a few hours. Sonic showers, your own holodeck, Star Trek style, with very realistic virtual forest entertainment to visit or a beach to swim in. Create a fully furnished home with all the trimmings in a day or two. Flying cars, teleportation, and many other devices to meet everyone's need or possibility imaginable. Our skills are increasing rapidly as light is growing at a very fast pace every day, and we are absorbing much of it. Our unified approach brings the necessary transformation, and we direct it. We see it and we feel it happening as we are an essential part of this transformation that you will experience now. Holy Land. Inner Earth will also be announced worldwide and visited by those who make their intention known. There will be educated and prepared to share the knowledge and joy of our conscious dream now to be known by all humanity and of Mother Earth, the solar system, the galaxy and the universe and beyond. Keep your attention on all the wonderful things that await us as we call upon the grace of your Father, Mother, God Almighty, who guide us in the changes of miraculous ways. We pray that the light will take complete control of our lives as a dispensation descends to fulfill the divine plan. Bankers and money managers will not be in charge of humanitarian projects. These are linked to the prosperity programs, and those in these programs will receive instructions on how to disperse and monitor the expenditure of these funds. There will be several waves of prosperity, and they will be announced in the coming years. The rest of new gold-backed currencies will be geared towards their true value and previous standards. Parity means that it's agreed using certain criteria such as mineral resources and economic development. Humanitarian projects are connected to prosperity programs, but anyone can be part of a humanitarian project if they request it when the funding starts, as the information will be available then. Deploy. The National Guard, local and federal military and police units have been deployed in all 50 states to contain possible unrest. Be prepared for intense unrest over the next 10 days, which would provide cover to Level 4B exchanges. On Friday, 30 October, Attorney General William Barr met with the pervert and recommended that they withdraw from the race. That he withdraw from the race or face criminal charges. The police has received information about the number of crimes from the family while in official public office. On Wednesday, 28th, his son turned himself into the courts and then signed a written confession. Don Carlos perceived 1,500 court documents providing the theft of billions from South Africa by prominent people of all acquaintances. These documents are available on his website. The president is not the only one who has the responsibility of pressing the button of resetting the currencies. The Department of Defense and the 5 leading Chinese elders have final responsibility for the timing of the launch. The 5 Chinese elders rely in part on the calculation and predictions of an algorithm to make decisions at any given time. Therefore, at this time, no one knows the exact time the button will be pressed, only that it could be done and soon, although we are not sure of anything because we ignore the scheduled calendar. Movements. On Friday, 30th October, there will be military movements at Camp Pendleton, Marine Corps in California, while 32nd Naval Station was empty of all ships and 2 aircraft carriers. One was returning to be reconditioned with new ammunition and personnel. US, British, French, Russian, and Chinese intelligence sources agreed that the purpose of the blockade operation of the last 10 months was to prevent the readjustment of currencies and to fight against the implementation of measures that would give people back their power, control, and money. The swamp is ready to push forward the second wave operation, called Dark Winter. This plan will fail like the others. Fox message. Emotionally, well, in many ways, mensaje de zorra, message of zorra. Emotionally, our world in many ways is experiencing a giant push by unmasking corruption, tyranny, and great unrest on many levels. Beyond this lower vibration, there are beautiful, magnificent events. The vibratory levels and frequencies are at the highest point and continue to increase. Our 12+1 stranded DNA is being activated. More people are waking up. More compassion, love, and understanding are growing all over the world. Awareness of truth and the need of change is growing. Time for peace, harmony, joy, and love to reign. The higher beings of light, including our angles are increasing in numbers to guide and support us in all possible ways as we begin our golden age renaissance anew. Thanks a lot, and excuse me for my English. It's not perfect yet, but I try to do it better each day. Thanks a lot.